I see you shiver with anticipation.
But it's not my place to judge why people like a weird thing. I never do that.
Then what are you for?
Treachery to intellectual integrity.
Drooling, blithering idiots.
Absolute moral chaos.
What the is wrong with you? What the
What I'm saying is the planet's on fucking fire.
Patient.
Life is chaos of nothing.
Life is sacred.
Welcome, everybody. Fuck me. Look at the big ass cloud you just put in front.
Yep.
You just blocked the camera, asshole. Anyway, welcome, everybody. My name is Spider.
And I'm Alexander.
And this is the Freak and Deviant episode negative
22.
22, yeah. I just said it before to like warm myself up. And
I know, I had no
forgot.
idea. I
always forget what to say at the beginning, so it's like, shit gets weird.
You guys couldn't tell, but today we're talking about vaping.
Yeah, so the subject for today will be vaping, and then we'll dabble in some other ideas and stuff. Kitty Love with some numbers. we got a new fan here. I'm not familiar with that name. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. So yeah, this is the Freaking Deviant. The podcast is about deviant behavior. Everything and anything that might label you a freak or a deviant by regular society. That is exactly what we specialize on. So welcome to the conversation.
What are you talking about? I'm completely normal. Nothing about me is odd. It's all car mechanics.
It's all car mechanics. We're gonna start with that.
You're gonna start with that one. Throwbacks.
Yeah, we gotta remember what episode we say what in, so we can point people at it. So if you want to understand some of the jokes, you might have to rewatch some of the other episodes because we don't explain jokes around here. Yeah. I hear explaining jokes makes them funnier.
Sometimes explaining a joke just in a very convoluted way actually makes it funnier.
I remember somebody used to compare me to the guy from Family Guy. That was like, hey, that's funny because the coffee's free.
Oh,
like, you have to explain the joke to laugh at it.
I actually did not watch a ton of Family Guy when I was like a little bit, like when it first like came out and stuff. Like I didn't watch it. I wasn't really one of those people that actually like jumped on it or whatever. I actually watched most of my Family Guy later on, like well after all that had stopped and it came out on like Netflix.
So you didn't like the fad, like you didn't, because it's kind of what I do. When something becomes overly popular where everybody needs to go see it, it turns me off. This is why, like, so Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, never seen. Like, I think I've seen like two Harry Potter movies.
I haven't seen all the Harry Potter movies either. I've read all the books. I read all the books when they came out.
Were they better than the movies?
Actually, the production value of the movies were spot on. I love those.
Oh, it is,
they
David.
Were really good.
I changed the name for a joke with someone else. Oh. Fascinating. Welcome to the show.
Also, called it.
Oh yeah, you did say it might have been him. Yeah, that's awesome.
So yeah, I mean, I love the production value of the movies. When it came to like the books, by the time the movies came out, like it had been a while since I read the books, and I was like, I'm not gonna reread these books. I'm just gonna watch the movie and be like, oh, I remember that from the book. That was pretty cool.
I don't think I have ever read a single book and then watched the movie for it. Like the books I've ever read didn't turn into movies. It's just not something.
My favorite books have never been turned into movies.
I don't read books that are stories. I read books that are like biographies or like some science stuff, like Neil deGrasse Tyson kind of shit. It's never gonna be a movie about that.
So when I was younger, I read a lot of storybooks. I read Harry Potter. I read Lord of the Rings. I read a series called the Xanth series, which is actually like a mix between like fantasy and sci-fi. It's actually really good. It's really cool.
I will say something about Harry Potter. That little girl in it turned out to be hot as fuck later on, right? Was she like a fucking kid at the beginning, and then, like now she's fucking sexy?
Yeah, but that's okay. We were kids at the time too, so not so bad.
She grew up with us.
Yeah.
That reminds me, like Louis C.K. once said what is it called, teen stars or whatever. Mm-hmm. And when he tried to think of someone as like Britney Spears. It was like when I was 32, Britney Spears was 18, and now we're both 42 years old. Mm-hmm. she grew with me. But speaking of that, so like, did you ever have any crush with like some of the books? Have you ever had a crush on a character in a book, that a character you never saw?
Yeah. So I read.
That's an interesting.
I read a series called The City of Gold and Lead, and a book called The City of Gold and Lead. And there is a female character in that book that I was very much into, just the way they were portrayed, and it was really It's an old science fiction book.
So I'm not gonna find the cover of it. No.
No, probably
looking for it.
not. No, gold and lead, not gold and lead.
Oh, I put it all together. Gold.
Yeah.
Okay, 0
Gold and lead.
and lead. All right.
Yeah, so
I see it.
it's a like a thing.
It's like a thing. Oh, we
it's-
found where to buy it on Amazon.
Yeah, so it's a big sci-fi thing. I read a lot of
That
sci-fi.
looks straight out of the Simpsons movie. The cover, that's a dome on top of a.
Yeah, a lot of sci-fi does things like domes. I don't know if the City of Gold and Lead was the first one.
That's
But it
interesting.
definitely
I can't get the picture big,
Yeah.
so I can't really show it. But that reminds me of like what is it? Was it The Dark Knight or was it the original movie, the Batman Begins or something, that was based on a book called The Story of Two Cities?
A Tale of Two Cities?
Tales Two Cities.
Yeah.
That it was a complete remake of it, the whole story. Wow, I'm sorry. I'm totally. Anyway, vaping.
Yeah, well, we can get into crushes here in a minute. That was also on the docket, if you will.
Yeah, we were just talking about it like before the podcast. I was like, yeah, we should probably bring it up. But anyway, apparently vaping is a problem nowadays. It's gonna kill our kids.
It's really not. Like,
So
it's totally not.
So let's do some you know, what is it called? Informational here. What do we know about vapes and
All
how
right.
dangerous are they really?
So the first things about vapes that you're going to want to know is that, yes, vaping is the healthier alternative to smoking. Is it 100% risk-free? No, it's not. It is significantly better for you than smoking, on a scale of, I think, from 96 or 94 to 96%, depending on studies, and all the way up to 98 on
Jesus.
some of them.
Just call it an assault vape. The government doesn't care about shit that mows down kindergartens by the dozen.
Well, that's a hot take.
That's a wow. You know, we're trying not to talk about that.
As you read it out live on a podcast.
Well, this is not the podcast, but we're trying to ignore.
Oh yeah, that's right. We're
subject.
trying to. Well, yeah. Big oof. Yeah. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Yeah. So some things about vape. Yeah, it doesn't get rid of the stuff. However, a couple things that people like to point out are differences between like cigarettes and tobacco use, right? So general tobacco use, if you think about it, versus nicotine use. When you're talking about tobacco products, you think, cigarettes, chewables, things like
Hookah,
that.
right? Hookah's tobacco?
Hookah involves tobacco.
We should have
yep.
put one of those fucking hookahs on the table. Yeah, we can.
Oh yeah, we should have brought. I will leave the hookah
Well, no,
talking
the
for
subject
later.
really is not smoke. It's
Not smoking, it's vaping. But I'm getting to that. We'll have another podcast. We bring in the hookah streamer where we actually talk about tobacco products.
we should bring
This
her there.
is specifically vape products.
It would be cool for her to describe how the fucking thing works, because honestly, it's more intricate than I thought it would be.
Yeah, it's very intricate, but we'll leave that for a separate podcast.
Yeah.
This is specifically about vaping, but
Which is where you are an expert.
which is where I do stuff. So
I do stuff.
I dabble. I know enough about electronics and stuff to actually like.
Well, and you were
wire
also
my own
giving me
stuff,
this
so.
weird thing about the percentage of glycerin or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah,
Like,
so
whoa,
we're
shit.
getting into a lot of that. So, nicotine products, which are where you would think when you think of a nicotine product, you would think something like the nicotine patches, not necessarily
that gum.
or the gum. Or
What is that shit that baseball players used to put on their?
Oh, that's dip. That is actually a tobacco product.
Oh, so there's no nicotine in it?
No, there's nicotine, but more specifically that there is.
So that's
there's
supposed to taste like-
tobacco. There is the actual.
Wait, is it actual
stuff.
tobacco? I
Yeah,
don't know
it's
what it is.
tobacco that is meant for you to chew on.
How do you spell it? What is it called?
Dip,
Just
as in you're a dip.
Yeah, that doesn't help me. Well, dip, I'm gonna find out like bin dip and all kinds of.
Yeah,
it looks exactly queso guacamole.
Put dip tobacco.
Oh, tobacco. Okay.
Yeah.
So is that what it is? Tobacco dip? Is
Yeah,
that what,
yeah.
That sounds gross, actually.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Just a-
Yeah, no, it's like a thing. Like you.
Just a little can of
It's a little can of
Okay.
processed tobacco that you put in your mouth.
Should I just show people what I'm doing here? Wow, that was Trump for a second. I don't know how that happened. There's an image of Trump already stuck on
Subliminal.
the. Yeah,
There
that
you go.
motherfucker's everywhere. Okay, so it looks like dirt. I thought it looked more like gum or something.
No, they actually have gum that is supposed to imitate dip.
Oh,
And
I
that's
see.
why that string, that big chew isn't all stringy and stuff. Is that it's meant to
So it
simulate
just tastes
dip.
like having dirt in your mouth.
I'm assuming it tastes like tobacco in your mouth.
Tobacco doesn't taste good, does it?
Then I am assuming that it does not taste good.
Okay. That's
I've
interesting.
never ever tried dip.
Okay,
I've
so
smoked like 2
here's my
cigarettes in my
question to
entire
you.
life.
Does the smoke, does it smell like tobacco?
A little, yeah. It's
Because they
very
all say like
tobacco-ish.
classic, as if that was the like it's supposed to simulate the smell of a cigarette, but it smells nothing like a fucking cigarette. A cigarette smells like burning. This does not.
No, it definitely has more of like a tobacco-y flavor. I've never tried dip to compare, but I have smoked
Dip
a cigarette.
tobacco in fiberglass to insert it directly into your blood. Wait.
Don't read the weird comments.
And then somebody. Oh, okay. And then he
Ever
said,
stuck a
"Ever
vape
stuck vape up your butt?" Okay.
Up my butt.
Okay, so it's just fucking with
No,
us. All right.
I have not. I have never stuck a vape up my butt. But just
Can you
in
inhale
case,
through your butt? Can you? I think you
I mean,
said you
I-
had some kind of control over it.
I have control over my rectal cavity. I don't know about inhaling.
There was a
There
guy.
are people. Yeah, there's a
guy
guy
in
on Jackass
Jackass.
who can actually suck in through his ass. I've never been able to do that.
That's weird. He could
Never-
fart on command. He would suck
Yeah.
in air and then push it out and fart on command.
That's intense.
It reminds me of the people that they can burp on command.
I can do that.
You can burp on command. Fucking.
Yeah.
I don't know how to
That's
burp.
super easy.
I don't even know how to burp when I have to.
It's just swallowing air.
I don't know how to do that. What? Swallowing air?
Yeah.
You always swallow air. When you swallow, there's air. Oh, don't do it. Please don't do it on the. Ah, you fucking nasty asshole.
It's that easy.
No, it's not.
You just swallow the air. I don't know how. Dude, my
don't-
brother-in-law he can just.
Doesn't air come back up? I'm so confused.
No, it's. Okay.
Oh my
so-
god. I just hit some OCD here. You see that?
What?
Read that comment on Facebook.
The e-cig is facing the wrong direction.
Which one? That one? Yeah, that one. That was definitely facing the wrong way. For sure. That's not going to stay. Yeah, they're too round.
There you go. There you go. Now it's aesthetic.
No. Yeah, we didn't have people with OCD correcting about that. Put the e-cig back in the wrong fucking direction.
Yeah, so that's what the difference between like a tobacco-based product and a nicotine-based product. So nicotine is just the chemical that you get from tobacco. Right?
I know, like, for the longest time, I remember people that like, oh, I hate the taste of cigarettes, so they get like menthol.
Menthol, yeah.
And I presume there's nothing different about the fucking tobacco, right? They just put a little menthol thing on the tip,
Yeah.
on the filter, right? So
Yeah,
you
it's
get
on
a
the
flavor.
Yeah, so you get a more minty flavor. It's like a minty and some other stuff flavor.
E6 in the weird direction. Unsub.
Wait, we have subs?
Yeah, subscribers. Oh, you mean subs? Damn, I missed that joke completely.
Ah, that was a good one.
I ruined it by asking too. I should have just let that one fly.
So the big thing is that, you generally don't get many health risks when it comes to things like, when it comes
juggle
to
them?
things like,
I'm gonna juggle with
like the
vapes.
patches or like, the gum usually doesn't
So why
have
do
much
people?
things.
So why do people get patches? Is that just to quit smoking, or people
Yeah, they
have the
generally-
nicotine need?
Well, there's
First
the
of
thing
all,
is
what
that-
does nicotine do for you? What is
So
good about nicotine?
Nicotine has a couple things. First of all, it's an appetite suppressant. So while you're
Oh.
on nicotine, it lets you
So
crave.
for dieting?
I used it for dieting. That's
No
why
shit.
I vape. That's
Oh
why I vape.
fuck! I didn't know that.
I'll get into that in a minute. But
I knew
another
that smokers are skinny. I don't know that was a thing that's always been like a.
yeah, people who no like waking up, having a smoke, and
Just forget to eat.
a coffee will
Gross.
you won't want to eat a bunch because you have caffeine, which is an appetite suppressant, and nicotine, which is another appetite suppressant.
I feel like both of those things are things that look like dirt, and you process in different ways to make them into very different. Like, is that dirt-looking thing you roll on paper, put a little, what is a sponge on the tip, and light it on fire and inhale it.
Yeah.
And the other one is a bunch of dirt you put on a little piece of paper, put it onto a machine that pulls water through it, and put it into a cup, and then throw milk and sugar because it tastes like ass otherwise. It's the same fucking thing. People like dirt.
I mean, I'm okay with it. I'm
But it's
partial.
not, I mean, at least like coffee, I understand caffeine. I am obsessed with caffeine.
Well, then
So nicotine is another.
and nicotine is
thing.
another thing. So it's another thing. It calms you down. It
So other than smoking and vaping, is there any other method of consuming? Oh, you patches, you said, right?
The patches. There's also the chewables and things like that. There's
Is there pills?
tons of pills. Yeah.
Is there nicotine pills? You can just...
Yeah, they don't work very well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they don't. As far as I know, I haven't
Lock
done a
that
lot
door.
of. Do I? Should I?
They're gonna come and interrupt the show.
Okay. Well, here you go. It's easier for you. I mean, I'm tall.
There. Now we're locked in here.
Now we're locked inside the door.
Otherwise, they're gonna come and interrupt the show just to arrange the cigarettes in a good order.
Wait, I got one for you, everyone.
What the fuck? Oh my god.
There you go. For everybody.
I like the little blue light on this one. Anyway, there.
Yeah. So
I still got one off.
So the biggest thing about what a lot of people have is, everyone's like, well, I'll still smoke cigarettes because I don't want to get popcorn lung. A lot of people don't know where
What
popcorn.
the fuck is popcorn lung?
I'm getting
Oh,
to it.
okay. Let me look for pictures. Is there like some gross pictures?
Yeah,
on the
there's some
internet?
gross pictures. I advise not putting that on the podcast.
Why?
They're pretty gross.
There's very few people watching. Well, that looks fucking retarded. They just put an outline of
God.
lungs on top of corn. There's a vape right there.
And there's a vape right there.
Why,
yeah.
is there some association or it just dumped it?
So there was some association.
So that's a better editing job right there. They just put corn inside of lungs with like a green screen. Oh my god, that's dumb. Why do people do this?
I have no idea, but okay.
Sorry, describe it.
So
I'm sorry.
popcorn lung, where it comes from. We'll start from there and we'll work our way up. So popcorn lung actually comes from old popcorn, microwavable popcorn. Yeah, that's what it does to you.
Wait, microwavable popcorn gives you that?
So we're getting to it. So there was a butter flavoring that you could ingest, but you couldn't inhale it once it, became once it got up to the boiling point and started evaporating off. So what people would do is they would open up their microwavable popcorn, take a deep breath because it smells like fresh popcorn.
Oh, is that correct?
Yeah, that's what it does to you.
This looks kind of like a slab of red meat.
It does. It is not. It is some lungs.
Just some fucked up lungs.
Yeah, that's pretty gross.
So
avert
you
your
said-
eyes. We should have really warned people.
Oh, we really should have done that. Sorry, I'll take it off. So basically,
My bad.
So
His bad.
The butter, yeah, my bad. The butter on popcorn actually gave people that disease.
Yeah, so it did. So the butter flavoring that they were using, when you inhaled it, it did this. It gave your lungs some bad shit. It was cancerous, all this other stuff. But
Shit, it's cancer. Okay.
You can eat it, like you can eat that butter flavoring and be totally fine.
But it's inhaling it that's the problem.
Inhaling it that is the problem.
Oh, okay.
And so turns out that some of these companies were using butter flavorings in their stuff, and they were using that same.
That is a brilliant point. I interrupted the stream to keep someone from interrupting the stream.
Yeah, yep.
I'm a fucking idiot. All right.
You just did it again.
Yeah, I totally did that. Yeah.
So they turned out that they were going to put this stuff in their butter flavorings for vape juices.
Oh, okay. So there's a vape that smells like popcorn.
And the butter flavoring was this old butter flavoring that they used. So they figured that out. People figured that out, and they were like, "Oh shit!" And the company gets sued and all this other stuff, and everyone's like, "No, don't do that." So
that is a very specific flavor.
That's why it's called popcorn lung. Everyone's like, "Well, it makes your lungs look like popcorn." No, it doesn't. It makes your lungs look like chopped meat.
Mm-hmm.
What it comes from is from the popcorn bags.
I feel like this
old
is a
popcorn
perfect
bags,
time
not
for
new ones.
Perfect time for this. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, because that's actually very new. I had no idea that there was actually a basis for the name popcorn.
Yeah,
lung.
that's actually like a thing.
Fascinating.
So yeah, that was one of the things. So if you notice, like none of my vapes have the butter flavorings in them, just in case. I know they took it out, like that's not FDA approved,
Yeah.
and all this stuff is going through heavy regulations, especially a lot of the more recent stuff. Not allowed to use all sorts of chemicals in there, and yeah, so that's where that came from. So moving,
And honestly, even without regulation, it's just bad for business. What company would give customers something that will make them sick? Eventually, it no longer, like, people don't want to buy from that company, right? So if you can
Well, it's because this is so far down the line. This takes years and stuff. They already have the
I
person's
see.
money.
So it's not. Oh, okay. So it's not easy to find out easily where that came from.
Where it came from.
This
stuff
seems
like
to be
that.
already traced back, though. We know where the source is.
Well, we know where the sources are
So I guess
now.
there's a fear that other inhalable things.
Inhalable things will cause different
okay.
issues. Things that other chemicals that shouldn't be put into your system, as we are seeing now with the most recent introduction of the vapable THC liquids that have.
Well, they're black market because they're not legal.
Well, they're black market.
So there's some moron in his fucking basement making it.
Well, there is. Turns out there's a specific vitamin. Don't remember which one it was.
I thought it was like canola oil that was a problem.
It's not canola. Well, I mean canola oil. You shouldn't vape canola oil. Just period.
Apparently, there's some oil well, the problem is that there are some oils that don't dissipate, that they become oil again
Yeah. So
after being vaped up.
give me 1 second.
That's fine. Yeah. So from what the silly thing in my opinion is that there are people making these things illegally that are harmful. This brings back memories of like on the raves, cocaine that wasn't cocaine or Molly that wasn't Molly, and there is nobody regulating that shit. Why? Because it's all fucking illegal.
Yeah. So
Now,
that's what I thought.
it would be silly to like ban legal medication like aspirin or ibuprofen because somebody's putting some shit on Molly. You're like, well, but that's the illegal stuff that's already been tampered because it's illegal. Obviously, nobody's gonna tamper with aspirin.
Yeah. So it's vitamin E. I thought it was
Vitamin E. Okay.
vitamin E oil.
Is that the stuff that becomes oil again in your lungs?
That's what everyone is thinking. There's the science is still out on that. When everyone
also
gets
it's not
more
even
news.
settled yet.
What?
It's not even settled that that's actually happening.
No, it's not even. A lot of the stuff is very new, simply because so vaping's been going on for quite a while.
Yeah, it's like 10 years now.
And I think it's longer than 10 years.
Is it? I'll be damned. But so there's like a few cases of people that are getting really sick and they admitted to having bought illegal vapes. Now it could be the oil, or it could be like the fucking device they're buying is
2003. Since 2003.
And we're 2019, so
19.
we're 16 years.
16
Holy
years.
Shit. But yeah, so the idea was that they're buying this illegal apparatus to burn something and inhale it, which, in my opinion, at this point is no different than like meth, or you buy a particular thing, you put a thing in there and light it up on fire and inhale it. Something might not be programmed for that purpose.
Right.
Does that make sense? Like,
there's a lot of stuff that goes into vaping, and there are a lot of people don't think that these vaping flavors don't have regulations on them. They do. They have to qualify. The aforementioned popcorn thing where they were using the butter flavoring that hit the FDA regulation and then failed, and that's why people freaked
so
out.
it didn't even come out. It was never released.
It was released illegally.
Oh, okay.
It was released illegally, but when
But that means the system did what it's supposed to do.
The system did exactly what it was supposed to do.
It prevented that fucking thing to become...
prevented it, yes.
Oh my fucking... Which is what the THC thing is doing.
Yes.
It would be if weed was legal and everywhere.
Exactly.
They'd be making that like, well, that's making people sick, let's not release that shit. And only the illegal ones would be out and people just stop buying illegal shit. Oh my fucking God. That's...
Yeah.
I hate it when the system works. It's annoying.
The system worked. The system's still working.
It's actually kind of doing its job.
It's doing
keeping everybody safe.
what it's supposed to do,
Yeah.
and people just aren't doing it because it's so much easier to get these THC cartridges and to use them and to hide them specifically. Hiding a cartridge is super easy. It's nice and streamlined and aerodynamic, and it's liquid tight, so you can just lube it up and put it wherever you want.
Oh my God.
So,
oh,
but
man.
no, it is very easy to hide. It's also super easy to palm. It's the size of one of these cigarettes.
Yeah.
Or not even cigarette, the cigarette imitations.
Yeah, they're pretty much
The e-cigs.
cigarettes. Yeah.
And so you can palm it, you can hide it. I totally see why teens who want to smoke marijuana, want to smoke weed, want to get the THC high, get these e-liquids that are way easier to use.
I'm wondering if it's kind of like tobacco products. Is it better for you to do marijuana through vape? Is that a thing that maybe you might not be the person to ask?
I have no idea. I don't know anything when it comes to
Anal THC cartridge play. Now that's a fucking subject.
That's
I'm gonna Google that just for shits and giggles.
Google anal THC cartridge play. dude.
Anal THC cart. I'm not familiar with the word cartridge.
I'm not-
Rich.
Yeah.
It seems like it's made of two words that actually don't make sense together.
That isn't what I expected.
That looks like somebody did it. No, that's what is that? Recreational rectal use of cannabis.
Oh, that's actually like a thing.
So it's a thing. Oh shit.
Recreational rectal use of cannabis.
I can't read.
That says
Okay.
Yeah, it just.
So it looks like they just made a suppository. I don't think it's vape though.
No,
made a
it's
suppository of-
like an edible, except it's cannabis that is put up your butt.
What would you call like edible but
Rectable?
Rectable. You made a word, and now you know. I'm an idiot.
All right, that's what it's called now.
That's
They're
what
not
we're
called
going. It's
rectables.
rectable. I know. Now he's trying to stop me from googling it. Fuck you. It was your idea. Interesting. You know what's funny? Like, and actually very like close simile that I'm already making that mistake on is people should know this, by the way. This is Halloween time. This is when people try to buy them. Contact lenses are the same way.
Oh, yes.
You're not supposed to buy contact lenses without a prescription, and you're not supposed to put them on without a fucking specialist showing you, like, fitting them to make sure they're not hurting your eyes. Now, I know a lot of people in the haunted house business that will buy cheap-ass contact lenses and put them on. I try not to buy them cheap.
I always refuse.
And that's just my best effort is not to buy the $15 ones, because chances are they're very poorly made. So I spend usually like $40-$50 a pair, but that's even that still like I have custom made stuff with prescription that I had to special. They're fucking expensive. But yeah, you guys might want to be careful.
Yeah, be careful
Like
with that
if it
stuff.
hurts even a little bit, take them out. Contact lenses are not something to fuck
Yeah.
with. It's about as bad as the whole, buying illegal drugs and not knowing what the hell's in them.
Yeah, and there's the thing, especially with vaping, there's a lot of benefits to vaping, especially if you're a smoker.
Yeah.
I did a lot of hookah in college, like way too much hookah in college, even as a voice major.
You were still smoking. That's bad for you, right?
It can be if you're not like practicing and working it out and doing things to kind of alleviate the tension that is on your voice. There are things that you can do to mitigate the damage to your vocal cords from smoking. And honestly, hookah is a much better way of intaking smoke into your
Why?
system.
Why is it different? It's just burning something and inhaling.
Well, more specifically, it's cooling it off.
So is the heat of the smoke what hurts you?
Heat is one of the things. Like I said, it helps mitigate. It isn't all of it. It just is some of it.
I have a question. What does the water do to it?
Cools it off, and
That's
also
the only
filters.
purpose?
Cools it off and filters. I don't know too much about hookah. We
Oh,
can
right.
Save that for later.
We need to have a hookah episode with the hookah streamer, Alira Lay.
Yeah, I
next
have no
time.
idea. That's not my area of expertise.
Yeah, well, I
vaping
mean,
is my area of expertise.
I also know, like, some potheads know, like, that's something I need to have an actual pothead in the podcast. Where
because neither of us are potheads,
I've seen some weird,
and that
fucking-
isn't even like we don't do like
Yeah.
we don't do any of that, which is
No,
really weird.
never
Does
have.
that make us freaks? Does it make us weird?
Yeah, we're the deviants. Everybody likes fucking weed. Fucking weed. Anyway,
I've never fornicated with weed.
fornicated. That means it wasn't you didn't get married first. You're supposed to marry weed before you fuck it,
Oh shit!
That's what fornication means.
That's my problem. Is I never married the weed.
Somebody's interested on the whole smoking and vocals, like how does it affect singing? That's actually an interesting subject.
It didn't affect me very much, but I was
you're
also
like an opera singer, so
well, yeah. Well, that's the thing is that
person would have
I was already singing, 6 to 8 hours a day. Doing my trainings in the morning, doing my vocals. I had like 2 hours of warming up, and then I would just drink water and make sure I get my voice well. I even did the hunt during that time.
Well, and that's not nice on your voice at all.
Well, to be fair, I was I was the one guy who never had his voice out, if you remember.
Yeah, you didn't really push it.
No, it's because I was loud enough anyway.
Yeah. I remember you when we were doing the pinball shit. You were making more noise with like a stick hitting a car.
Yeah, because why try and
And-
scream in that mask?
Yeah, and you would do it was more a voice instead of the. You were doing.
Yeah.
So it was a voice, like I could hear
Yeah.
your voice and not a growl like most professional
It's
monsters
because you would at that distance you would not hear me anyway unless I was projecting really really hard, and so the only way you're gonna hear that in a
Yeah.
vocal without really
Yeah,
fucking
because you had like a
yourself
gas
up.
mask or some shit.
I had a
on.
full mask and it had like I had
You had a
extra
motorcycle
padding
jacket and padding in your
and I
they
had extra
still hit you.
padding up to my neck and I had all sorts of stuff on. They still got me.
Yeah, they
Oh,
were getting paintballed.
I got knocked out once. It was great.
Oh yeah, they hit you like behind the ear with
Behind
a paintball.
the ear like 4
Ooh,
times,
I
and I
can't imagine.
I just collapsed.
I remember at some point you took your shirt off and you're still covered in bruises. And I'm like, how the fuck are you bruised up with the motorcycle jacket completely
that
padded?
tells you how many times I was hit that night.
Yep. God damn. Those were good times.
It was rough. It was rough.
Interestingly enough, the zombies, they're like some techniques that people have to make noise continuously without breathing is that you also make noise and they breathe in.
Yeah, you can.
So like you're doing the in and out
I
continuously.
silenced my phone.
You
and
forgot to do that.
I did. No, I silenced it. Watch this. Watch this.
Oh, so it was ringing or something?
See?
Oh, okay. How was that phone again? How long? How long?
How old is this phone? This
Yeah.
is a Galaxy S4.
So you getting the iPhone? You getting the iPhone 11 Pro?
No.
No. Have you seen it?
No.
Oh, we had the keynote recently.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
I think September. 10th,
Yeah, I'm not
9th.
getting a new phone. This is my deviancy right here. This
This fucking weirdo has a Galaxy something.
S4.
It actually says it on the. Wow. And you get like the case is broken.
Yeah, no, it's
You can
like-
probably buy that lid, right?
Yeah,
The
probably.
back lid is pretty cheap online.
I'm not gonna bother.
Why bother? Yeah.
It has a crack too. You want to see it? It's right there on the side.
It's a crack on. Oh my god.
I'm actually
still
really
works,
nice
right?
to it. Oh yeah, no, it still works.
That's amazing, dude.
Fully functional.
I have a phone that's like 2 years old, and I hate it. It was too slow for me, so I had to upgrade. I still have it. I just recently made it like reset as new, and it's still a pretty good phone, but compared to that piece of shit you were holding around. And
works.
you're really a couple of steps from having a flip phone too. You have
Yeah.
you have a beeper
Sometimes.
for work, right? Because sometimes you just get called into work.
Yeah, sometimes I just
So you
get
should
called
probably
in.
get a beeper. Do they still have those fucking things?
Oh yeah,
Do they really?
yeah.
What is there like service providers for this shit? Because it
I
still
don't
has to be
know.
a phone company, right?
Yeah, I think it is. I think it just is.
It's like
probably-
$10 a year or some shit. They're worth nothing.
Oh, smoking while doing vocals. You generally do not want to push any sort of thing other than air through your vocal cords. If you've ever tried to talk and vape at the same time, you can, but it muddies it up. So basically, your voice is actually using air, and specifically the tension of the air and itself to produce that. When you make that air heavier, it doesn't actually improve your vocals at all. It just makes it sound muddy and not very good. Here, I can demonstrate.
Interesting.
So when you talk, it'll make you sound like that.
That sounds like that gas. I forgot what it's called.
The
The opposite of helium?
Yeah, boron, I think.
Yeah,
boron
that
gas?
makes your voice... Because
Yeah.
the air doesn't move at the same speed through...
Right. So
through
all it
that
does
smoke.
is it slows it down. That's all it does.
Yeah, you're making the air thicker. That makes sense.
I just figured I'd demonstrate because it's right there.
That's brilliant, yeah. give me a cloud. You have a lot of table right here.
I'll give you a cloud when you start
When I
talking.
start,
when I'm
bullshitting here.
Yeah.
But no, it's definitely curious because there is something about drugs. Sorry, that sounded confusing, but now I
Not what you
meant, but okay. But I'd be curious as to people smoke for a particular chemical, which is usually nicotine, right?
Right.
Is nicotine good for your throat? If you were to consume nicotine directly, or put it in a spray bottle and spray your throat with it, would that help your voice or hurt
wouldn't,
it?
It would not. I don't think it'll do much of anything to your voice.
I know caffeine is known to dehydrate you.
Yes, nicotine
it-
also dehydrates you.
Yes.
So
oh,
the
it
reason,
also does
yes.
that.
So what you'll
So
need to
that's
do.
definitely better for singing because you want your vocals lubricated.
Yes, you want it nice and lubricated, nice and wet, to get that good lubrication going. So something that a lot of vapors don't realize, and a lot of people starting off in vaping, is that it will dehydrate you even though you're intaking water and your mouth doesn't necessarily feel very, dry. Drink water with vaping, otherwise it will suck. It will not be fun.
You told me once there was a song that required a very long capacity. Mm-hmm. Big large. I don't know, but like basically, I had to hold a note for a very long time. It wasn't even a note; it was Linkin Park. So we're talking, that kind of thing for a very long time. And I only killed it once while fucked up. And you said the alcohol might have had something to do with.
Well, yeah, the alcohol loosened up your diaphragm.
So it made me hold my breath longer, or
So when you pull in with your diaphragm, normally if you're thinking about the song, you're sitting there and you're trying to breathe in deep. But most people, when they breathe in deep, they breathe in through their chest while they're thinking about it. They're going like this. When you're drunk, you're not thinking about it. So your brain will have you breathe more normal, which is a better way of intaking oxygen, which is breathing with your stomach or...
is that how people breathe when they're sleeping?
Yes.
No shit. Is sleep apnea when you do the other breathing?
No, that is
I
actually
don't
an
know why that
obstruction
came to
of,
mind.
of breathing or
Did
various
you
other
know there was
things.
surgery for that? Mm-hmm. Somebody just told me about that. It's expensive as all hell. I think my company might cover it, so I'm not looking into that. But apparently, yeah, they can fix snoring and sleep apnea through just a surgery where they do something to your palate.
My sleep apnea stopped when I lost weight, so mine was very much weight
Are
induced.
you hinting that I should be losing weight?
No, because I'm still bigger than you are.
Not by much, right?
No, not by much.
I'm definitely I'm still obese, according to the what is it, GBI?
I think that's because of your height, isn't it?
I'm short.
It's easy being 6 feet.
I thought it
tall.
was funny because I think Arnold Schwarzenegger is also considered obese because like the density of his body compared because it's a weird GBI I forgot what it's called.
BMI.
BMI. I
Body
know
mass
it's 3
index.
letters.
The numbers there are really weird.
It's like your weight versus your height, and it makes no fucking sense of how that's.
Yeah, I use some other things to determine my overall healthiness. Also,
Is that like body fat index? Is that what it is?
Body mass index.
Mass index.
So that's based on. It's very much based on, I do believe, heart health and some other things.
I think the percentage of fat is more important.
Yeah,
most
which
likely.
is the muscle to fat ratio, which is what I generally use. There are things that you can do. There's like little clamps that you can put on yourself and various other ways to get a better read on that. It's not the best way is to actually get submerged in a tank and get shot at by sound waves, but that sounds like really crazy stuff, and I didn't want to do that. So
It reminds me of those old days where they would measure your cranium, and that somehow told you something about your health.
oh yeah,
This is before astrology or some shit like.
yeah, it was
Done weird. Didn't I think Mr. Burns used it once. Mm-hmm. There's like Homer has the cranium thing of a taxi driver or some stupid shit. Like what the fuck? He's like, we haven't used that technology in a long time, sir. He also answers his phone ahoy. Mm-hmm. Which was what is it? Oh God, I forgot his name. Graham Bell? Is that the guy who invented the phone? Mm-hmm. That's the way he suggested we should answer the phone ahoy. Anyway. Wow, that was a weird tangent. Speaking of cartoons.
well, I was going to finish up
go for
with
it.
vaping here. So
Popcorn long.
Yeah, that's the big thing about it is, these people are like, oh, anti-vape, anti-vape, anti-vape. It's like, well, if you need help getting off smoking, or in my particular case, I used it to get a taste for something sweet and also curve my appetite because I ate a lot when I was big. Mm-hmm. And I did my first
Well, that
few
was
months.
your coping mechanism. Instead of some people who use smoking, you were using eating.
I was using eating. And a lot of people are like, well, didn't you just trade one out for another?
Yeah. It could have been alcohol. It could have been drugs.
alcohol.
Like, it could have been all kinds of weird shit.
Why did you do that? Well, the thing is that I had already spent the first 4 months curving my appetite, making sure that I wasn't I could get past it, and I needed something that would taste well, right? So I started with no nicotine at all, right? And then I moved up a little bit to a 1, which is the standard, which is, well, I'll get into the standards here in just a moment. To a 2, and I've never increased since then, which is really weird because a lot of the new regulations.
What is 2? 2%?
Yeah, 2%.
Like milk.
What, like shit milk?
What's wrong with 2% milk?
It's like making love in a canoe.
What the fuck is wrong with that?
That's fucking close to water.
First joke of the night. I didn't see that shit coming.
I can't take credit for that one. That one I got from Monty Python.
That was brilliant. That's from Monty Python.
That's Monty Python.
That makes me happier. That's amazing. Fucking close to water.
Yeah, that's. Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So, Anyway.
Yeah, sorry.
Just weird ass tangents.
Well, you said you started with you started with 0% nicotine.
Yeah, I
and then you
started with
started raising
nothing
it.
just for the
So-
taste of sweet, and then I increased it to actually get the kind of appetite curves. And every once in a while, I just don't vape for long periods of time, simply to make sure that nothing's bad. Like I'm not getting addicted. I don't have too much nicotine in my system. I'm maintaining all this other stuff. And I've been able to keep at a very healthy weight and as well as healthy intake of nicotine for a very long time. I guess.
Do they measure the
well over a year now?
Do they measure the nicotine content by percentage? Or is it like a concentration ratio type of thing?
It's like more like a concentration ratio.
I
type of thing.
remember back in when they were kind of a new thing, they were selling them with like 12%. 12 milligrams.
Yeah, it's a percentage. It's a percentage of like nicotine to substance sometimes.
But if
and
it's milligram means how much there is on a concentration of a particular volume of.
Yeah, of a
I'm
particular
assuming. I really
liters
had
and
no
things
idea,
like
but it was something like 16 is weak, 24 is average, and 32 is for like really like people that smoke a lot. I remember taking someone to like an actual vape shop and they were describing it like that, and I was like, but it says mg or something, mg milligrams. So presumably that's a content in a particular volume, but they never told me what the volume was, so it didn't really inform me quite how much nicotine. Now you said 2%, so it doesn't matter how much liquid you put in there, 2% of that is nicotine.
Yeah, well, it's a little bit weirder than that. I don't know
you
all
don't
of
know.
that. That is a little bit outside my pay grade. My brother is the one who does liquids.
Got
I
it.
do not do the liquids.
You
I
did
do the
say
technical part.
a certain percentage of glycerin or something required a different temperature.
Yeah, so
what does that mean?
So from what my brother's described, and he's the one who does the liquids, I do the technical stuff. That's why my vapes look all fancy. Because I can.
If they look fancy, that's more my forte. If they function well, that's totally your forte.
Well, yeah, they function. Like
I'm the decorator guy.
Yeah,
put stickers on everything.
Yeah, I convert anything to everything, and there was at one point someone's like the vapes exploding, and I'm like, that's just people being bad at modding their own
making
stuff.
things.
Yeah, it's like that's on you. If it exploded in your pocket and you were modding it, that's on you.
Is that why Samsung doesn't make vapor?
Yeah,
too soon?
No, that's not too soon. That's good.
Okay,
That's
good.
It's a good joke.
You tell me a joke is good, you don't laugh. That's the weirdest response for comedy. He has a sense of humor, he just doesn't. He has a poker face. Resting bitch face? Resting bitch face.
Dude, my resting bitch face is
Bitch face.
Bitch
He has
face.
resting bitch face for sure.
Oh my god. This headache's gonna be the end of me.
You have a fucking headache. Oh yeah, you told me this.
Yeah,
when
I
you got
had it
here.
when I walked.
forgot.
I was like, I have a bit of a headache. Yeah.
We got some B12. Just today, I got somebody got me.
Oh, that's something I want to do in public. Just because B12 powder, you can snort it.
Oh,
and just like
do it in
sit
public.
down
See if
and-
somebody calls the cops
Yeah.
and shit.
See if somebody calls the cops. Like go
Sirs,
into a Starbucks.
I got reports of somebody snoring cocaine on it. Well, like that's B12, bro.
yeah.
That's
Hand in my
totally-
bag.
yeah.
Have it look
You want
like
some?
have it look like a small
shit.
bag of coke.
You put it in a little Ziploc.
Oh, because I need a shit ton of B. The problem is I would have to snort so much. I would look like an addict.
Because it's too much. Like what you need is.
Yeah, I need a lot.
You need what, 5,000 milligrams or some shit like that?
My current is 20,000 micrograms.
Micrograms.
So
That's like still next to nothing. It's like 2 milligrams.
no,
Microgram is the next level of milli, right?
it goes micro, then milli, then yeah.
So micrograms are okay. So that's like 100th of a. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's like 100th. Yeah,
Of a gram. So 2,000. Like what is it?
20,000.
20,000. Why do they do this to numbers? It's weird.
Don't ask me.
You know that
the metric
Neil
system.
deGrasse Tyson told the story about how he went to like he got jury duty and he always wanted to.
Oh yeah.
But like the first time they asked him what you do, and it's like, oh, I teach classes on the unreliability of eyewitness testimony. Like, out. They kicked him out. And then the second time he actually met as the jury, and at some point they were putting the evidence forward, and it was some kind of cocaine thing. And it's like, we found on the suspect 2,000 milligrams of cocaine or heroin or whatever the fuck it was. And it's like, question, why do you say 2,000 milligrams? Because 1,000 and milli cancel each other. That's 2 grams. it's like it sounds like you're trying to make it sound like more, and out he goes like no more, no more Judy duty for you. It's fucking weird because he's just questioning reality. Like, why would people say it that way? Because you're taking 20,000 micrograms, which is, I still can't do the math in my head. Is it 2,000 milligrams then?
That would be 2,000 milligrams, which would be 2 grams.
You have to take 2 grams of. Why don't we
grams.
do that?
2 grams. Well,
For
it's
the
because
record-
the pills come in micrograms, and that's how I.
Is grams
do it.
from the metric system?
Yeah.
Because million micro, right? So
Yeah.
it's got to be the. Yeah.
Yeah, it's because all the bottles that you can get you buy at the store are at micrograms, not milligrams.
I'm assuming the only reason to do that is because some of them actually have a significant amount, like that microgram would matter.
Yeah.
Something that might have 1 microgram as opposed to thousands. So if you only put it in grams, then you have to put 0.001. So that would be the only thing to justify the term
you
microgram.
really can't order anything larger than 5,000 to 7,000 micrograms. And
This country's a fucking weirdo.
it's not even this country, it's most countries. You just can't buy a bunch of B12 in one place. It's also a little weird when I walk into like a store and I'm like, I need like 10 grams of B12, and they look at you weird. They're like,
For those of you curious as to how much that shit is, if I'm not mistaken, we did the math and it was on like 50 some bottles of 5-hour energy or something.
yeah,
like that.
it's a ridiculous amount of B12.
5-hour
I need.
energies have a little bit of B12, but not a whole lot. And you actually need a lot of it.
I need a lot of it.
No, I was gonna say, Justine actually bought me an energy drink, and the only reason that she bought it for me is because it's a black can with a spider, and it's called Spider. Spider is green. It's a green spider
Nice. I
energy
like it.
drink. Now here's the thing. It's in the fridge. I should have brought it out here to show you, but it looks kind of cool, right?
Yeah.
Like that is a kind of a cool design for a can. Where is it? Where the letters are now looking at? Yeah. So I should have put it on the screen earlier, but fucking
Can we?
nah. Sounds like a pain in the ass.
It sounds like a pain in the ass. Yeah.
Yeah, but basically it looked cool, and I'm like, if it is all right, I'm okay with it. Because first of all, I always wanted my face on a can of energy drinks. I think I belong on it.
I mean, I can agree with that. Yeah.
Like covered in makeup and all that.
Can we do that? Never mind.
Order my own custom, like
Probably.
yeah, get sponsored. I don't know, but something I was reading the can. It says 240 milligrams of caffeine, which I already know that's way more than Monster. Monster has 180. Bang has 300, so it's between Monster and Bang. But it's 240 milligrams of caffeine. It says B12, taurine, and guarana. So that's like all energy drinks put into that one thing, and a little higher caffeine than most energy drinks. So that's I'm scared of it.
That's fair.
If it tastes good, I'm scared. It might
If
actually
it tastes
be
good, it might get
very,
you.
very terrible.
I hope
decision.
they put a lot of B12 in it.
I have no idea, but because it doesn't say content, the only thing that has numbers is the caffeine because it's what most people look for. But the fact that there's guarana, taurine, and B12, I'm pretty sure you're not supposed to mix all that shit together.
I don't know.
They're like putting all the uppers in one fucking pot and just like swallow it. But the logo is cool, and that's what matters to me. Anyway,
And you're
finish
gonna
it.
drink it. No, I'm pretty much done with vaping,
you're done with
honestly.
it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go back to weed then.
Weed
Sorry.
up your butt. I thought we were
No.
gonna go on to like child crushes.
Oh yeah.
'Cause I was gonna talk about my biggest.
let me
my-
pop it up. You
yeah,
mentioned that you had a crush on a cartoon character.
Yeah, I had a crush on a cartoon character.
And actually, it related to cigarettes. You said a girl with a
Well,
hat.
yeah, well, that's preferences, but we'll do that in just a moment.
Okay.
Okay, so the character I had was Carmen Sandiego.
Carmen. That sounds Hispanic as fuck.
It does.
What was she Hispanic?
I don't think so. I don't think she's.
Is a good picture right
Hispanic.
here?
I don't know that much about it. I was really young. I wasn't really young, but I was too young to really like think about that sort of stuff.
But she gotcha.
But I mean, like I took one look at that and I was like, yeah, no, this is me. This is my aesthetic.
Interesting. So your interest, like now you're saying, did that turn into a fetish as an adult now?
I wouldn't call it like I mean, yeah, kind of like a fetish, but like.
So you said you like women with hat and cigarettes.
Yeah, so like that
But
look.
she didn't smoke.
She didn't smoke. If she was smoking, like that would be my thing. I think my likeness for
So let me pull
women
out
smoking
Does
actually
she have
comes
like a
from.
full outfit Because it looks like a trench coat type.
Yeah, she has like a red trench coat on and a red hat with long black hair and like red lipstick.
So
and
that honestly, that looks very easy to cosplay for someone. Would that get you? Like if a girl cosplayed
up there,
that shit?
up a little bit on the left.
This one?
Yeah.
There it is. That's the full. That's pretty cool looking. What kind of cartoon was this?
It's not really a trench. I mean, it's more like a.
It's almost like a full dress, but there's like no sexy any like. You know what I mean? Like I'm so used to cartoons having like this weird skimpy outfits for any character.
It's not really
and
sexy. It's like
they were
mystique.
not aiming for that.
Like you can tell that she has like a good body based on like the waist, like the cincher around her waist and stuff like that. But like she just has like a mystique and is very much like where the hell did it go?
I can't seem to fucking see it, but here I'm just gonna put this on the stream. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah.
It's a little weird.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's small, but it's fine. Here. Nope, that doesn't help. Okay.
But also like the long
Trying to-
black hair and like the red lipstick.
It looked
like,
kind of curly hair, didn't it?
yeah, it's like curly, but it's like long.
Yeah. But so what did she do? Is it like to me that
So,
strikes me the detective?
she-
Wasn't there
she
a duck
actually-
that wore the same hat? I don't know why I'm picturing that hat on a duck. Is that from DuckTales?
She isn't that Darkwing Duck that
The
has
one
the
that
hat?
had like the flew a plane and had a thing.
He didn't wear a hat.
He didn't?
No.
I am certain. What was the name of the character?
Oh, I don't remember his name, but he only had like a top on. He didn't have a hat. Or if he did, he had like a aviator hat, I thought.
Are you fucking serious? Am I just misremembering?
I remember Darkwing Duck kind of has a hat like that.
Darkwing Duck?
Yeah.
That's not the same fucking hat?
Yeah, but that isn't the guy that you're talking about.
Oh, okay. That's the hat.
This is a
I saw the
totally-
hat and I'm like, that looks like that duck.
Yeah, no. What you're talking about is this guy down here at the very bottom with the
This.
aviator to the left.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
No, that's not what I'm thinking of. I'm thinking this
Oh.
purple guy.
Yeah, no, that's Darkwing Duck, not
Darkwing Duck?
DuckTales.
Oh, okay. There's a bunch of famous ducks apparently.
There are a bunch of famous
but that
ducks.
hat, doesn't that hat look identical to the
Yeah,
fucking-
yeah, it's identical.
Is
yeah.
there a style name for this? I think
I
The
don't
Undertaker
remember.
wore one of these a long time ago.
I don't remember.
Interesting. But so what got you about that cartoon though? Like what was she?
So what she does is she goes around and steals things.
Oh, she's a criminal.
She's a criminal. And like the entire thing is about her stealing something and then they have to go find her and catch her. So she's the bad guy.
Interesting. So this is an anti-hero before those were like a thing.
Yeah. And, well, not even an anti-hero. She's a straight up villain. Like she steals
just
stuff. She's also one of the most powerful cartoon villains ever. Like she can steal anything.
So she's like Catwoman-ish.
Well, no, not just like I go and steal a diamond. She would go and steal the concept of a diamond. She would go steal the like chemical
That's-
makeup of what a diamond would be.
What the
like
fuck
that's
are you
what the kind
talking
of like
about?
she stole.
How do they visualize this? I don't know.
I don't know. She
You're making
steals.
shit up.
No. Like look up stuff. Like if you look up a list of things that Carmen Sandiego has stolen,
you
it gets
serious?
weird.
Okay, so is this a comic book or it was a cartoon?
There's a comic book. There's a cartoon. There was like a show that you would like.
Carmen San
it was like
Diego stolen.
It was kind of like an old.
Oh, it looks like a comic book. Yeah.
Like an old
Things Carmen San Diego has stolen. Here's here via Wikipedia is complete list of 50 things that Carmen San Diego stole, and is where
Where in the world of is Carmen Sandiego? So it was like an
the
educational
Kuiper
thing.
Pass,
Yeah, so
the steps to the tango.
yeah, she stole the steps to the tango.
What the fuck is that?
She took Uluru. So like
What is Uluru? Is that
I think it's
person?
like country.
Oh my gosh!
The
baton used to lead the Vienna Boys Choir.
Yeah.
Fucking why?
Yeah, there's a game.
Oh,
There's a
it
game
looks,
too.
it looks like Elsie says, "Does it look that show?" Oh, there's a video game.
Yeah, there's a
Did he
game.
actually steal weird shit? in
Yeah.
there too?
And you have to find her. She's the villain. You have to find the stuff that she's taken.
Oh, that's fascinating. So it's like
the
like
Silver
Dora Days.
Pagoda. Like, there's so much shit that
So-
Carmen Sandiego has taken.
So by any chance, is this like is this like Dora the Explorer, the opposite direction?
It's like it's Dora the Explorer, except like.
So what is that? The plans for this year's
Wait,
carnival?
my favorite. This one, not my favorite, but this one. The fish from half of Lake Titicaca. So only half.
the fuck did she do that?
She just took half the fish.
I'm so confused. So did they just say she stole it, or they showed her stealing something in a weird?
No, most of the time they just say it, but like there's things
It
like
sounds like Wile E. Coyote kind of shit. Like
kind of, but there's
just
also things
stick a
like at
net
one
halfway
point
through
like
the fucking thing.
she steals like the Taj Mahal or something like that, and they actually show her taking the Taj Mahal, like picking it up.
Just picking it up. Didn't that happen in oh god, the fucking villain movie, Despicable Me?
Yeah,
they stole the fucking the pyramids and put
Yeah.
an inflatable one instead, and the
Yeah.
moon.
So like,
So that's the inspiration. It has to be.
I guess it
There
has to
can't be
There's
a whole lot of
so much
villains.
stuff.
There can be a whole lot of villains that steal weird ass shit to
So
steal.
like,
Who steals that?
her powers as being like a supervillain is just absurd. She can take anything from anything.
The straight up Magellan, the keys to the Forbidden City, Havana's best cigars.
Havana's best cigars.
Oh my god. What is that? Hans Christian
Andersen's writing desk.
The Nile
Christian
River Dells?
The Nile River Delta. So
Delta.
where the Nile River opens up into the sea, she took that.
What? What the fuck? That sounds so ridiculous.
It is, and it's great.
Again, I can't imagine there can't be any other inspiration for that for Gru from Despicable Me.
Despicable Me?
There just can't be. Actually, Megamind. First of all, Megamind way better than Despicable Me. Fuck Despicable Me. Megamind is underrated.
Megamind is the
They came
best.
out the same fucking year, but the other one's
Yeah,
like the bigger
Megamind
budget
is just
thing.
way.
Megamind is just clever. I loved it. It's just, but he didn't steal weird shit though.
Yeah,
right?
that's fair. Yeah, he just
became.
was,
He had a thing where he became somebody else, which is like with a watch. I thought that was fucking cool. It was better music too.
one of my favorites here. All the goulash.
What's goulash?
It's a food.
Oh my god.
She took it all.
Let's steal.
It's all gone.
Let's just steal all the sushi. Like it's gone. Let's just pick a fucking food. Gandhi's glasses. Oh my god. The island of Bali. I'm just gonna speed through this shit. What is it? The Sistine Chapel ceiling. No.
She took the Sistine Chapel.
How dare you? To be fair, that's a good thing to steal.
Yep.
That's. I believe there's no value to that. That's what do you call it? That's beyond. Oh my god! I forgot what the word. But basically, it's impossible to put a price on Sistine Chapel.
Priceless?
Priceless. So, yeah, that's the term. The abominable snowman. Oh, no. Oh, the kiwi birds, of course.
Yeah.
Fuck them. K2? What the fuck is that?
It's a rocket.
Oh, okay. The delta of the I almost said that wrong.
What, the Niger River?
Niger River? I was going to say it with a G. Like
Yeah, no, it's...
in Spanish. I don't know. The G in Spanish is a G. Anyway, Niger. The controls of Panama Canal. Okay, so she likes rivers.
Yeah, she really likes rivers.
Definitely one of the hobbies I'm picking up out of this.
Yeah, likes rivers. Definitely she has a type. She definitely has a type.
She seems to be for like the Statue of Liberty storage. That's amazing.
Oh,
I
that
can
was
see
one
that.
of them,
I
yeah.
can see that being stolen. Very fucking difficult, but I'm pretty sure it can be stolen.
Yeah. The Mekong River, the whole thing.
The whole river, fuck it. That doesn't sound big though. I don't know how big that is.
It's pretty big.
Oh, okay.
It's a major river.
For the record, speaking of deviants, that motherfucker has a bottle of something in his ear.
I'm assuming it's ear fluid.
That's gross. I don't. That just looks weird. That somebody just like, let me show you. Let me show you what I'm seeing, guys. There's a dude that's advertising in it, or that's like a link to something. If you have ever ear ringing, do this immediately. No, I'm good. That's weird. Sorry.
Yeah, so Carmen Sandiego definitely.
That's your number one for cartoon.
Oh yeah,
crushes?
easily number
What's
one.
your number two?
Well, that's a hard one. Like number one is so like out there. It's like
so
yes,
out there, you haven't
it's
really
there.
second place.
Like it's
Interesting.
there. I don't know. Probably maybe Misty from Pokemon.
No shit, really.
Maybe.
I think Misty was one of the reasons I like short shorts with suspenders.
Oh yeah, easily.
That's pretty cute.
Yeah, short shorts with suspenders.
Any girl wearing that's kind of cute.
It's pretty good.
I'm thinking of mine. I think it's Jasmine.
Ooh, what
the
was
original Aladdin Jasmine?
Yeah,
Something
it's a good one.
I really like that outfit. What do you got? Sorry.
I was thinking, did you ever watch Gargoyles as a kid? Probably not.
I did. I don't remember much of it.
Yeah,
but
probably
Gargoyles.
yeah.
It was in Spanish.
Okay.
I watched it in Mexico. Yeah.
Yeah, what was the main chick's name there?
Oh,
the
fuck
gargoyle
me.
chick?
There was a girl in there?
Yeah, the gargoyle one. The gargoyle
I don't
chick.
think I remember it
I don't
as
know, I'm
much.
into some weird stuff, guys.
Oh, wow. You like Gargoyle? Like, you actually had a crush on a gargoyle?
Yeah, on the chick gargoyle.
No
yeah.
shit. Okay, that's
She was
interesting.
hot.
How about Nala?
Not really. I was never really into that. I was like, okay, like I even at the time I thought I was like, this is cute and all, but
She had beautiful eyes though.
like I wasn't into it. I wasn't into Nala.
Interesting.
I know some people who were
popular because that's a Disney princess right there that doesn't get shown with all the
Yeah.
princesses. Oh, she's a queen, right?
I think she's a queen now.
Yeah, Nala became a queen.
Oh my god, she's evil.
Demona?
Demona. Yeah, it was Demona.
Is that what we're talking about?
Yeah, it was
You want me to pull up a
Demona.
picture? No, I'm
Yeah.
not familiar with that.
Everyone's like Nala, and I'm like, nah.
I only remember the
Demona.
fat one that looked like Danny DeVito.
Yeah.
Just in my bad.
No,
Oh,
that's good.
okay, that's hot. I
Yeah.
don't
You see
remember
her?
that.
Yeah, you see her? Yeah, no, she's hot.
So interesting. I did not know there was a
Yeah.
sexy character.
I mean, you're judging me all the way up until you see her, and then you're like, nah,
Honestly,
she's good though.
those feet look like they were drawn by the guy who drew Deadpool. I forgot his name.
Oh, I don't
You know what I'm
remember.
talking about?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He was bad at drawing feet, and he like drew triangles. That's kind of what it looks like. Ugh, sorry, I got hiccups, and I can't burp. Oh, this actually brings something to mind. I like wings now. I think we talked about this on the podcast.
Yeah, I've been into wings for a little while. It's good.
There's a stupid movie. They were like this bald chick with wings, like mid fucking. It might have been like opening her wings for an orgasm or something.
That's what we discussed.
Because it was straight up like, oh shit, that's hot. Didn't know I wanted that. Interesting. I'm trying to think of what other cartoon characters I was into back in the day. 'Cause I don't think like I don't know. It's weird. You got any other crushes you can bring to mind here? I'm running out of ideas here.
I think those were the two big ones that like come to mind. Like my second place is definitely between Demona and like Misty.
Sailor Moon.
I watched a fair amount of Sailor Moon.
I was into the transformation. That was the closest thing to a naked girl.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
like
everyone's.
She was glowing like kind of like this pattern. And, like it looked like the sky, but she was just glowing. And I was like, that's fucking hot. Like,
What's your favorite Sailor Scout then?
A taller one, Jupiter.
Jupiter. That's a good choice. It's a good choice.
Yeah, I like the green. Just duh.
Jupiter's a good choice.
It is amazing how far back I can trace liking green over all the other colors. That's weird. Because I actually liked it before. I was like, oh, green is the shit. Interesting. What are the let's see.
So how much cartoons did you watch as a kid growing up in like Mexico?
In Mexico, I mean, I'm trying to think if there's any cartoons that were Mexican or like not American, or I think like there was anime that I watched that I didn't know was anime, like the Knights of the Zodiac. That's definitely anime. I had no idea, and I was watching that shit. There was another one in Spanish, the Super Campeones, which means Super Champions. It was a soccer anime where they did this crazy. I can probably show you an image. Maybe you can. Maybe it'll show me the title in English.
Maybe it'll show you the title in English.
Yeah, because that.
Wow, that's an old one.
You recognize it?
No, I do not. I do not recognize it at all.
Yeah, this was a show I watched.
What is it in
the main
English?
character was there's in whatever that language is.
I can't read that.
No, Dream Team. No, that can't be it.
No,
I don't know. I don't even know if it aired in this fucking country, dude. For all I know, that one just from Japan to Mexico. That one show.
It's
on Netflix?
interesting.
Oh shit! It's on Netflix. I'm gonna get back into it.
Oh wow, that is fascinating.
Yeah.
It kind of has like I don't know if people know this. People our listeners.
There's also-
It kind of has like a Hajime no Ippo sort of thing. If they know what that is, they can look that up.
Yeah. There's also this
Sort of style.
Caballeros del Zodiaco, which is like zodiac sign. Like each character was a representative of a particular sign. And some of them were not actual zodiac sign. I know one character was Andromeda, which is not a zodiac sign.
No.
But it's an actual galaxy or
it's a galaxy.
Yeah, so but I love that character. It's that golden one, by the way. He would have.
He looks like a whole galaxy. he looks fabulous enough to get a whole
The dude would
galaxy.
have some kind of
Dude has
chain.
like wearing like solid gold armor and has like bright purple hair in like the anime style, so it's like up everywhere. The dude looks fabulous.
That looks like Thanos. Actually, I just realized that's a sort of a Thanos aesthetic.
Yeah, I'm sure
The
he is.
gold with the purple.
He got himself a Thanos.
Athena. Oh my god. Interesting. But anyway, you got anything else? Like, it seems like we might be overdone the cartoon thing. I don't like. Again, I can't think of anything. Like Sailor Moon is one. I watch a lot of Garfield.
Garfield. I didn't watch much Garfield.
I don't know why. Like Garfield was one of my things that I had to watch. I can't miss it. Super Campeones was on Caballeros del Zodiaco. I just showed that one. Sailor Moon. God damn, I can't think of cartoons. Oh, Tiny Toons was a thing.
Tiny Toons was a big
Tiny
thing.
Toons
I
was
never
like
watched
Pinky
a
and the
lot of.
Brain. I remember Pinky and the Brain.
I watched a
Spanish.
lot of Animaniacs.
Oh, fucking Freakazoid,
Freakazoid,
Animaniacs,
a lot
all
of
that shit.
stuff. A lot of the WB ones.
Yeah.
Not a lot of Tiny Toons though. I didn't watch a lot of Tiny
Yeah,
Toons.
Tiny Toons. I remember I used to know the song in Spanish. I forgot it.
I watched Fraggle Rock, but not really
was
Tiny
that?
Toons.
Did you see Rocco? It's on Netflix.
Oh, Rocco?
Invader Zim too. They just brought that motherfucker back.
Oh, yeah, I
It's a
haven't seen
movie.
that. I haven't seen that.
It's worth it. It's a good watch.
It's a good watch.
It's not like, oh my god, but it's enough reference that you go, that's fucking awesome. I'm glad they did it.
Okay, that's cool. I was thinking about watching it. I'm thinking about whipping out my
other than that,
Netflix.
I should probably like kind of bring that up because I've talked about this before. I have a brain tumor.
Oh yeah.
I'm
We
gonna
should
turn the
this.
show into really
Ooh,
dark.
I hope you guys enjoyed the.
It was fun for while it
It was
lasted.
fun
We're talking
while it
about
lasted.
childhood, and now we're talking about death. I'm sorry, I had to say it. No, I had a brain tumor. They found it in like something like 9 years ago, and now there you go. It's gonna give me a cloud on the table here. But yeah, so for most of my life, I've been taking this. Not most, the last 9 years, but I've been taking this medication to keep my tumor and basically keep it from growing. And it's also in my pituitary, which makes a particular hormone too much of it, which decreases my other hormones. So basically, I take a particular pill to make twice a week to make my hormones in the same order. And because the hormones come back the same levels, it keeps the tumor from growing. I'm really not sure how that works, but that's the way it kind of was described to me. The pituitary makes hormones depending on how many hormones come back to it. Just kind of like a circuit type thing.
Okay.
So when one hormone makes too much of that one and comes back, it starts making more of that one, and it's a vicious circle. Yeah. So what the drug that I take is called cabergoline. What it does is make it so that I make less of that, which makes by the time it comes back is equal to the other one, so it starts making the same amount. It's supposed to be fixing it, but not permanently. So I had to continuously be on that medication. So last week I went and did a blood test because apparently the last time that I got a test that hormone was still too high, even though I was taking the pills. So I was like, "Did you miss the pill or something?" They were like, "No, I'm pretty much on schedule." It was like, I think I missed it 1 week, but I took it the next day, so it wasn't terrible. It's not like I skipped the whole week of meds or something. But it was like, yeah, that's still a little too high, so we're gonna let's stay on the pill on schedule, and then we're doing another test in in a few months. So last week I did that test, and they just called me this morning to tell me that my the hormone's still really high, which is it could mean two things: the tumor's growing, or I what is the term?
You're getting some immunity, or
yeah, basically the pill doesn't do the trick anymore. So it's not a solution, but the next step right now is they're gonna double my dose, and if that doesn't bring it down, chances are the tumor grew. It doesn't matter how much I take; it's gonna continue to make way more. And I really don't know where the limit is. I don't know when the medication is like you can't be taking that much fucking medication. And I'm taking like kind of like the way you take B12.
Oh yeah, well I don't think like you can pee out most of your B12 like.
Yeah, I don't think most medications could go that fucking high.
No.
So I don't know. Like I think if it's because it's growing and it's right behind one of my eyes, I think it's the left side. So it would make me blind if it grows too much. So that's a thing. So the next step would be necessarily like I think they said they don't have to cut me open. They go through the nose, and then just cut the fucking thing out. If that happens, I'm putting it in a jar and giving it to my girlfriend because she deserves it. A hell of a book. Have you ever seen those videos? We should probably watch. That's a Deviant thing right here.
Oh boy.
Huge booger.
Oh, why? Why?
Have you seen that?
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
Wait,
I've seen this.
Is it the camera?
Okay, so I actually have a story about this sort of stuff.
Yep, we're about to watch this. Because why the hell not?
Oh, at least like. Oh, this is so gross.
So there's like a chunk of it. I love how there's a camera on the TV that's... Oh,
Why are we watching this?
because we're weird.
Why didn't we
Some people might enjoy this. I don't know.
It's so gross. Okay, let's
some-
cut that shit.
Okay.
We're done. We're done with
Let's
this.
not... They haven't even taken it out yet.
Just skip to the good part then.
This is the good part. It's not about the ending. It's about the journey or something.
You haven't even read the Play-Doh book that I've given you.
Oh! Wait, is that a Play-Doh thing? Dude, fuck that booger. Oh my god. Anyway, sorry. Which, by the way, at some point we need to talk about those people that enjoy videos of people squeezing pimples and shit. I don't enjoy this, but I know my girlfriend does. And that's definitely a kind of deviant that we need to talk about.
Yeah, I
because
think
these people need to get the fuck out of my planet. It's weird.
I think we should.
Have you heard of the people that are like they have a fear of surfaces with holes?
Oh yeah.
And I forgot the name of it.
Triskaidekaphobia or
Jesus Christ, you know the name of it.
Is that it? I think.
I don't know.
No,
But
triskaidekaphobia
there's
is
a disease where
fear of the number 13. I think.
Oh, that's an interesting one.
Fear of holes is. I don't remember off the top of my head. Damn it.
Fear of holes.
Fear of like holes.
Damn, I was trying to make
surfaces.
a gay joke here, but I couldn't think of one.
I was gonna make a gay joke, but fuck it.
Oh, that was bad. That's not very clever.
That wasn't very clever.
I wonder what happens if I go on YouTube and put deviant behavior.
We haven't done this before.
No.
Oh,
Deviants. Oh, it's a movie.
Oh, it's a thing.
Fuck.
Damn.
It's a movie trailer. Wait, does this Deviant Crash Course Sociology? Oh, Deviants. Crash Course Sociology. No.
Oh, dude. Yeah.
I'll
okay.
watch that later. That's
yeah,
interesting.
we can watch that stuff.
That's interesting.
There's actually probably some.
Sexually deviant behavior.
Yeah, it's kind of like.
That's not a whole lot of interesting thing.
Yeah.
I was actually annoyed. I watched that fucking documentary about R. Kelly last night. Mm-hmm. I watched it all in one sitting. I was bored.
Fair.
And I hate it. Like it actually bothered me that they called the dude deviant. At some point, it was like he's a deviant, and I'm like, no, fuck you. Yes, but no, I don't want him in my club.
Get out of my club.
Get the fuck out of my club.
How about this? I would be totally okay with him doing a lot of the stuff that he did, like just the general stuff. So like peeing on someone, I don't care. I know people who pee on other people. It's fine.
You don't pee on a 14-year-old. That's weird.
But we have lines, and you crossed them.
A lot of them.
We have lines. Like if you want to pee on people in your own house, go for it.
Yeah.
The problem is that there are lines there.
Yeah.
It's consenting adults.
Yeah, that's pretty much the line for
There's
everything.
the line. It's not a hard line to cross. I mean, it is a hard line, and it's easy to see.
Yeah. There's definitely not a vague line.
It's not a vague line,
obvious.
and it's a pretty obvious line. It's easy. It's easy to stay in there,
this dude has been suspected of this shit for most of his career, and I was just blown away. That reminds me of who was it? I think it was Carlos Mencias. Like Michael Jackson has never hidden the fact that he's a fucking freak. Never. Like everyone says, Michael, like he's a fucking weirdo. That's just like he does sex moves and dancing, but they're a little more cleverly hidden. I saw some of the videos that R. Kelly's concert looks like, and that was not vague. Mm-hmm. He was straight up, and like put a shadow and goes down on a girl and like behind a curtain. I'm like, the fuck are you guys? The straight up sex, like he was obviously obsessed with sex. Mm-hmm. Probably still is. Sucks to be him, because the only sex he's gonna find in jail is not the one he wants.
I don't know. Maybe it is the one he wants. It's kind of weird.
I mean, he didn't seem to take advantage of any boys.
That's fair. Fair point.
It's all girls. Somebody made the racism thing, because it actually hadn't crossed my mind. It was like if there were white girls he'd been kidnapping, it would be a very different story. That dude be dead. Somebody would have found a way to just fuck him up. but it took forever because apparently he's only taking advantage of black girls, and there's some kind of what do you call it? A social thing where like, man, they deserve it. Yeah, like that's fucking weird. I never thought of it like that.
I don't know.
But it's interesting to me. I wonder if it's remotely true that people didn't care because it's some girl that's a hoe. Like that doesn't mean
maybe
should
not
be taken advantage of. That's
maybe not. It might. There's all sorts of reasons why bystander effect is a big thing.
Yeah, that's something
bystander effect,
that I really want to talk about a lot because
where
people think somebody else will take care of it, right? Somebody else will handle it.
Somebody else will happen to it. Yeah.
In the world, people
because there are actually a lot of high, as we know now, there's a lot of high, even with white girls, there are high class people that once they get the hold of them, it doesn't matter what race or ethnicity or anything that you are, they have you and no one will find out.
Yeah.
Weinstein,
new
guy.
Yeah.
There's all sorts of people that it doesn't matter what you are.
You say the new guy? He's like the guy that killed himself?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I forgot his name, too.
I'm glad I forgot his name.
Yeah,
don't even want to.
He doesn't deserve space in my head. But it's just one of those. I don't know. It's very sensitive. I don't really know how to feel about that shit. It's fucked up. Like it's one of those.
Yeah.
Some shit just fucked up in the world, and but it's one of those things. Like in my head, when I was watching that R. Kelly documentary, I don't know shit about that dude. Like nothing. But one of my first thoughts was like, that dude's in jail, right? Is he dead now? Is that why we're having a documentary? Because he's dead?
No.
Because it's Michael Jackson, right? His Michael Jackson thing came out and like, oh yeah, because it's been dead for like a year. Longer, sorry. But it's been dead for a while. And like, yeah, now it's safe to talk about his fucked up behavior. So I was watching that shit like, that dude's in jail, right? And I just finished the thing and I was like, they didn't say it. Let me Google it up. Oh, no. He at the time the documentary came out, which is last year, he wasn't in jail yet. After like dozens and dozens of girls saying they were the girl in the video, they were the the person who did this and that, and nothing happened to the dude. Like what the fuck? I shit you not. I googled it up. That dude got arrested like last week.
Oh, to be fair, some of that stuff.
Like last week, something went out because like one of his fans paid his bail money, and she's asking for the money back. That's the current headline about him. That she wants her money back after, and that was a bad idea anyway because he's not getting out of bail anyway.
Well, I mean, when it comes to a lot of that stuff, the legal system is slow, and we're not going to talk about it here on this podcast. My thoughts on that, because this is about deviant behavior.
It's also about the opinion of two fucking deviants, right?
I mean,
that's my perspective on this show. We don't have a focus here. It's more like let's talk about the shit that's interesting to us because we don't give a fuck. But. So anyway, vaping's not gonna kill you guys. Just don't buy the shit. Don't buy this shit illegally. Kind of keep an eye on what your sources are.
You can also check on what the hell you're vaping. If you are vaping, you can check what you're vaping.
They should sell like little test kits. I remember knowing back in the rave days, hearing about a guy who's like a drug dealer or whatever, who has a test kit. Who would buy a supply of whatever the fuck Molly, Coke, whatever the fuck it is that he's selling and test it so he knows that he's selling what he's claiming he's selling, right? He doesn't just pass along the product he just got. And I'm like, that's kind of responsible for that. He's trying not to kill people. He's like, it's supposed to be a fun thing at a rave.
It also kind of makes sense too because he doesn't want to get gypped. He wants
That's true. He doesn't want to get cheap shit. That might kill someone because he
and first of all, that cuts out of his line, out of his bottom line.
Yeah.
You kill clients, suddenly you're out of clients.
Yeah, pretty much like a thing.
It's like one of the problems with Batman. He kept killing people, so they had to they made him stop killing people.
But yeah, like I didn't
run out of villains.
This is just like stories they get around, and like a dude just told me the story about like, oh yeah, about the set, and I took care of it. I'm like, oh, interesting.
You can buy test kits for like cocaine and stuff.
I guess so. He told me he had a testing. I don't know if he bought it that way, but he had a.
You think that would put me on an FBI watch list?
It should, right? You would think. I mean, you're probably already on there.
Yeah, probably.
For the shit you Google.
I Google a lot of weird shit.
But like, I knew another guy that was selling something he called a firecracker, and when asked what's in it, he said, "I don't know."
Oh, that's not good.
He was handling like caplets of white powder without telling anybody what the fuck's in them, and I can't believe the dude was selling it. That's just irresponsible. Like, luckily he didn't fucking kill anyone, but it's weird that like you find it's among drug dealers you might find reputable people who give a shit about what they're doing, and some people like, I'm just trying to make money. You know, people that I knew a friend that like crumbled like Fruit Loops in a baggie and sold it to some people thinking it was drugs. That was just a thing. Just also, I don't know if that's smart or stupid. Because I think if you have the intention of selling drugs, that's still a crime, right? Whether or not you have drugs.
I don't know.
Is intention? I don't even know. Prostitution tends to be that way, right? If you ask for a prostitute, even if the person's not a fucking prostitute, you still, what is it, soliciting?
I have
You still go
idea.
down. Because it's usually a cop. It's usually a cop that you're asking for sex.
I have no idea.
I've always been curious, and like sometimes the intention is
what
what we put people in jail for.
I have
You had the
no
intention
idea.
of getting a hooker. You didn't get one.
I mean, I
you
think
got a cop.
prostitution should be legal anyway. So.
Oh my god, we need to talk about sex work.
We need to get some people on here who
we
do
need some
sex
like
work
cam girl strippers and
cam
even
girls.
prostitutes if necessary. I don't know whether we can't out them, right?
Yeah, no, I was thinking more like cam girls and things like that.
Yeah. I mean, I believe prostitution should be legalized. It's weird how fucking is legislated.
Yeah, it's a little
Why
weird.
does it matter?
It's weird in Texas.
Huh?
It's weird in Texas.
Taxes? What do you mean?
In Texas, why? It's,
in Texas.
It seems like something that the government would just be like, no, you can do it. We're just going to tax the shit out of you.
Oh, tax it. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
That's interesting.
I mean, yeah, no, it's not a good alternative, but it makes it legal.
Is it illegal to make moonshine here? It's Texas. Yeah.
I think it's illegal to sell it,
But it is legal to make it.
but I think it's legal to make it.
That's so interesting. I wonder what the argument is for like no prostitution, because it's
I mean, it does. I know it's not biblical.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
It's not biblical. Didn't Jesus have a prostitute? Didn't Jesus love prostitutes?
No. That's what I'm saying. Is that the
law is
the
not
law
biblical.
is not
Oh.
biblical. I know it's
yeah,
not
no,
biblical.
yeah, no. The Bible's totally okay with prostitution.
Oh yeah, it's a thing.
It's weird because this is the state that tends to make that shit up
Yeah.
about the Bible. But we're also in a state where you can kill someone if they're in your property, which is fucking weird.
That one I can kind of get.
I get it in some
I get it.
circumstances, but it's so fucking.
I get it in larger properties. In small properties, not so much. When
Yeah.
you're talking about like the
Boy.
person has to run like a good 20 or 30 minutes to get to your house, you're pretty sure they're going to do some shady shit.
It's fair. But
Like, 'cause if
in
they're
my
just running
opinion, it's
through your
also-
property, you're kind of like, you have like your gun, and you're just like, don't want to, that's a little bit of a hard shot. But if they're running at you,
Yeah.
I mean,
But what if someone's in your property by accident? You still have the right to kill them. That's a thing.
I mean, fair enough.
Yeah,
I think
some
there should be
moron gets
edits,
lost
but-
and ends up on your fucking front yard. Like, fuck that guy. Boom. I don't know.
Aren't there? I thought there was a regulation on like warning shots and stuff like that.
There might be. I know, like Chappelle talked about how you're supposed to get bird shot first, and then buck shot. So you're supposed to give a warning shot that doesn't kill someone, and then you can go ahead and fuck them up with this.
Yeah, I thought there was. I
That's
don't
a
know.
thing.
I don't know
I'm
anything
sorry,
about any of the laws.
I got into
or
the
anything.
serious shit.
Yeah, that was weird. It got serious there towards the end.
Anyway, I think prostitution should be legalized. In the words of George Carlin, selling is legal, fucking is legal. Why isn't selling fucking legal? It's that simple. But yeah, we need to have an episode about sex work. I'm curious, it's like some cam girls, and I know that they've been shutting some websites down that make it really hard to cam nowadays. So that's an interesting conversation to have. But anyway, we are completely out of time, guys. Thank you so much. I'm sorry we didn't get as funny as we usually get. There was a lot of
I don't know.
interesting.
We did some jokes.
Yeah, it was a fun night, and so thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. For you guys who are interested in participating in this, freakingdeviant.com is where you can find all the information about the podcast. You can find us on Twitch, YouTube, Google Play, and iTunes. And yeah, we definitely welcome comments during the live stream. If you guys want to like talk about something, bring up a subject that you're interested in, you can also send us anonymously an email at freakingdeviant@gmail.com. If you want to just kind of send the subject you're interested in us researching and talking about, that'd be interesting. Again, we have no limits. We talk about anything with no filters. But yeah, on that note, you got anything?
Nope, I have nothing. Thank you guys very much for listening. And if you do have any comments or want us to talk about anything, send us an email.
Yeah. Or join us every... Oh, by the way, we didn't talk about that. The schedule is going to change soon because my schedule changes. So next week, we're still going to be around 8:30 at night. Fix the e-cig. There. So yeah, next Wednesday we're gonna be on schedule, supposedly at 8:30, unless you oversleep.
Sorry.
And but then after that, I believe it's gonna be on Friday. No, we did Thursday nights, I think.
Thursdays.
Yeah, so Thursday nights around like 11 p.m., maybe closer to midnight. But yeah, there'll be a schedule on the website if you guys want to know when the hell we're going to be live so you can join us in the conversation. But thank you guys very much. Life is chaos.
And nothing is sacred.
Night, everybody.